Right. So in this session, we are going to discuss about some programming in Java language. Okay. So I think all of you know about Java programming, right? So some of the classes we have discussed in the earlier sessions. So what do you say? What is Java? So Java is a programming language. So how many applications we can develop? So three types of application. The standalone application, enterprise application, and mobile platform application. So, so already we know that. So we have already installed the Java software. Already we have installed the Java software. So we can able to check whether Java is installed or not by typing Java command in the command prompt. So if you get this output, so that means successfully Java software is installed. So now you can able to develop the programs. You can able to develop the programs. So I am taking a new folder here, that is a Java lab. So inside the Java lab, so I am going to create a new file. I am going to create a new file for every programming language. For every programming language, there is some extension, right? For C language, dot C. For C++, dot CPP. For Python, we have dot py. For Java, also we have some extension called as dot Java. So here I am going to create one file name here. So test dot Java. So test2.java. So you can find out the information. The type of the file is Java source file. The type of the file is Java source file. Right. మేడం ఇది స్క్రీన్ షేరింగ్ ఉంది. ఇది ఫాంట్ పెట్టడానికి. సో విండో ఉంది. కేబుల్ ఉండే కదా మేడం. మేడం ఇది HDMI కేబుల్ ఇస్తే డైరెక్ట్ స్క్రీన్. క్లియర్ కూడా లేదు. కనెక్ట్ ఏం చేస్తాడు అది? కనెక్ట్ వైర్ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేశాడు. ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఇలానే ఉంచుతాను. అక్కడ మాత్రం చేంజ్ చేస్తాను. జూమ్ ప్యానల్ అయితే ఇప్పుడు కేబుల్ ఇస్తాను. కేబుల్ Right. So this is the program. So actually, we have taken a file name called as test.java. So here we call it as file name. Here we call it as file. So in Java, the file name and class name must and should be same. The file name and class name must and should be same. So when you observe, this is the class name. This is the class name. So what is the class name? Test. What is the file name? Test.java. So this is the main method. This is the main method. So main method contains one argument. Main method contains one argument. That argument is nothing but string array. String array. So when you find out this parenthesis, when you find out this parenthesis, sorry, brackets, so that means this is an array. So within this main method, so simply I have written system dot out dot println. So system dot out dot println here. So we call this code as source code. We call this code as source code. We need to convert the source code into byte code. Then only a machine can execute the program. Machine can execute the program. So the process of converting source code into byte code is called as compilation. Is called as compilation. So how can you compile the program? So my program is available inside a folder called as OneDrive, some account and desktop and Java lab. So within this folder, the program is available. Within this program, within this folder, the program is available. So if I directly open the command prompt, if I open the command prompt directly, so it will open a different location. It will open a different location. You should move to the program. We should move to the program location. The program is available inside OneDrive. CD space change the directory, and again after OneDrive. So we need to move on to the some account, OneDrive and desktop, and then Java lab. So this is the way to we have to move the program location. Or another way, so simply select the path. Simply select the path. Type CMD here. Type CMD here. So directly it will open the same location. Directly it will open the command line within the same location. After that, you can compile the program by using javac command. By using javac command. So javac stand for Java compiler. Javac stand for Java compiler. So javac space test.java. Javac space test.java. So when you enter this statement, the program got successfully compiled and it will generate one dot class file. It will generate one dot class file. So this dot class file is not understandable by the developer or computer. So this dot class file is not understood by a developer or computer. It is a intermediate language. It is a intermediate language. So it can be understandable only. It can be understandable only JVM. It can understandable only JVM. What is JVM? Java Virtual Machine. So in order to execute the file, in order to execute the file, so this is for compilation Java C space test.java. Java C space test.java. So once the compilation is completed, once the compilation is completed, so it will convert .java to .class file. .java to .class file. So after compilation, so we have to execute it. We have to execute it. To execute, we use Java command. We use Java command and followed by the class name. And followed by the class name. For compilation, we'll use the file name. For execution, we'll use the class name. So what is the difference between the file name and class name? The file name contains extension. The file name contains what? Extension. The class name contains only the name of the class. The name of the class. For compilation, we'll use file name. For execution, we'll use class name. So Java tester. So it will execute the program and display the output. It will execute the program and display the output. So coming to the lab session. Coming to the lab session. So we have couple of programs. We have couple of programs. So what is the first program? What is the first program? So we have a program to display the default values. So write a Java program to display the default of all the primitive data, all the primitive data types. So there are some primitive data types in Java like byte, short, long, float, double, boolean, character, and string. So string is not a primitive type, but you can consider string is a primitive data type also because it contains some default value. So these are the data types. These are what? Data types. So what are the data types? Byte, short. So simply you can declare the variable for each and every data type. Simply you can declare the variable for each and every data type. Okay. So within the main method, so simply I can write byte b, short, long, float. So instead of typing, can I copy? So what is this byte and what is this byte? Both are same or different? Same or different? So same or different? So this is nothing but global or instance variable. This is nothing but global or instance variable. And this is nothing but local variable. So what is local variable and what is global variable? So if you declare the variables, this is what? Declaring the variable. So if you declare the variables inside the block is nothing but opening the method and closing the method. So if you declare the method within the method or block, within the method or block, that variable is called as local variable. That variable is called as local variable. So if you declare the variable inside the class outside the method is called as global variables. Okay. So observe the program here. Observe the program here. So we are going to write a Java program that should display the default values. That should display the default values of all the primitive data types. All the primitive data types. The meaning is so they are declared as global variable or local variable. Global or local. Global variable only or not. So when you try to create a global variable, when you try to create a global variable and display, so simply system dot out dot println. System dot out dot println. So within this println, I can use B. Within this println, I can use B. So what is the value we are going to get? So is there any value? No, right? Actually, it should display default value or not. So JavaC test.java. So the variable B might not have been initialized. What is the location? The location number is 5. The problem with local or global? So what is the line number? 5. So what is the line number? 5. So I'll comment the fifth line. I'll comment the fifth line. So next, I'll go for compilation. I'll go for compilation. So Java C test.java and Java space test and Java space test. So when it is without declaration, without definition, so directly we should not able to print. So actually means so this is not a local variable. It should be a global variable. It should be a global variable. So the instance variable or global variable. So directly. So static variable or non-static variable. Static or non-static. When you have static keyword, that is static. When you don't have any static, there is, so byte B is a static or non-static. Static or non-static. So non-static variables cannot directly accessible from static context. Cannot be accessible from static context. So observe here. So Java C test.java. So non-static variable B cannot be referenced from static context. Static context. So observe here. Observe here. So they have declared the variable byte B as a global or instance variable. So they have taken a separate method. They have taken separate method. Within that method, they have print the values. They are printing the values. So they are not using any global variable from the main method. So they are accessing the method here. So so they are going to define separate method for print the value. So they are going to define separate method for print the value. So I can also create one different method here. So public void print value. Public void print values. Print values. Print values. Open the method, I close the method. Open the method, I close the method. So here I can display the B value. Here I can display the B value. So system.out.println of B. So system.out.println of B here. So simply I can display the B value here. So simply I can display the B value here. So from this static, we should not able to call the non-static variable or non-static method directly. So instead of that, we have declared the global or instance variable. Global or instance variable. After declaring the global or instance variable, so we are defining the a separate method. We are defining the separate method. Within that method, I am accessing the B wall. Within that method, I am accessing the B wall. Right? So B is a non-static as well as print values method is also non-static. So from the non-static, you can access the non-static variable. So not a problem. Okay. But the print value is method declaration. The print values is a method declaration. So which is a non-static method. Which is a non-static method. So we should call this method. We should call this method. So how we can call? So from the static context, so we are going to access non-static method. From the static context, we are going to access non-static method. So now tell me, print values method is a static or non-static? So if it is a non-static, we can create the object or not. We should create the object. With the help of object, with the help of object, we should able to call non-static method from the static context. So in order to create the object, so we are using the class name here. We are going to use the class name here. So in this example, I have created test class t is equal to new test. T is equal to new test. And after that, I can call a method called as t dot print values. T dot print values. So I have created the object here. I have created the object here. So after that, I am calling the method called as print values. So it will go to the print values method and it will display the B variable and it will display the B variable. So simply, so Java C test.java and Java space test. So what is the default value of byte? What is the default value of byte? 0. So in your record, so they have taken the primitive class. What is the class name here? Primitive data type as the class name. So they have mentioned some variables. They have mentioned some variables. I will declare the variables here. I will declare the variables here. So byte B, then short S, then int K, and long L, then float, double, boolean, so character, ch, and string str. So what is B and S, K, L, F, D, flag, ch, and str? These are the variables. These are the variable. What are these char, boolean, double, float, int, short, byte? These are the data type. These are the data types. So after declaring the data on this, I can display the variable names in print voice. I can display the variable names in print voice. So print sort, then print integer, then print long, then print long, then print float, then print float, and after that, then print double, then print boolean. What is the boolean variable name? Flag. Next, print char. What is the variable name? Ch. Then print string. What is the variable name? Str. What is the variable name? Str. So system.out.println of all the variables. So what is the first step? We have to declare the variables as a global variables first. Then we should create one method that is print values. And after that, you have to print all the variables with the names, and after that you have to create the object and print the values. So simply I will compile and execute. So Java C space and Java space. So what are the default values? 0, 0, 0, 0.0, 0.0, false, and here empty space, here empty space and null, empty space and null. So null for string, and empty space for character, and false for boolean, and 0.0 for double, and 0.0 for float, and 0 for long, and 0 for int, and 0 for short, and 0 for wide. That information will write inside the before printing the values. So just will write information whether it is a byte or short or int or long. So we'll write information within the double quote. The byte default value is, this is the output, right? Default value of byte equals plus. Okay, the same thing you can write. The byte default value, anything you can write. Byte default value is equals. In the same way, we should copy and we should paste. Next year, what is the default value for byte? Byte short, byte short, and after that, int. We need to copy the same thing. So instead of byte, I'll use int. So next law. Instead of byte, I'll use law. So next float. Next float. And after that, next double. Next double. Next boolean. Next character. Next string. Completed. completed. So what is the procedure? We have to declare the variables first. We have to declare the variables first. After that, you have to write the methods. We have to write the method for printing the values. And after that, we have to create the object and call the method. So simply, we go for compilation. We go for compilation. So Java C space, what is the file name? Test.java and Java space test. The class name is test. The byte default value equals to 0 and short default value is 0 and int 0, long 0, float 0.0, double and boolean and character is empty space and string is null value. So this is our first program. So easy to understand. Okay. So next, write a Java program to find roots of quadratic equation. So little bit complicated. We'll skip now. Okay. So later we'll discuss. So bikers complete in a race such that they drive at constant speed, which may or may not be same as the other. To qualify the race, the speed of the racer must be more than average speed of all five races. So take the input of the speed of each races and print back the speed of qualifying the race. Okay. So in this case, right. We'll discuss easiest one first, then we'll go to the complicated. Okay. So coming to the exercise 3. Coming to the exercise 3. So write a Java program to implement class mechanism, create class methods and invoke inside the main method. So what is the program? So we have to create the class. We have to create the class and methods and we have to write a main method. Inside the main method, we have to invoke the methods. So what is the meaning of invoke the methods? We need to call the methods. We need to call the methods. So basically, So observe it. So basically there are two parts. Method declaration and method call. Method declaration and method call. So what will happen if it is method declaration? We have the method name, open the method and close the method. Open the method and close the method. As part of method calling, silence. As part of the method calling, so we have the method name, parenthesis and semicolon. Parenthesis and semicolon. So this is what method declaration and method call. So what is our program? What is our program? So we should create the Java program that should implement class mechanism. That means we have to create the class first. Then we have to create the methods. And we have to invoke. So invoke is nothing but calling. Invoke is nothing but calling. We have to invoke them inside main method. So simply the class name is box. What is the class name? Box. And which contains two variables, two or three variables. So double width, double height, double depth. So width, height, depth. These are three variables. And what is the method name? Volume. What is the method name? Volume. So which returns in the form of double. Which returns in the form of double. So volume can be calculated with width, height, depth. And we have taken the class called as main method. Inside the main method, so we are creating the class object called as box. And we are accessing the methods or variables with height, depth, width, height, depth, width. So after that, so we should call the method. After that, we should call the method. So simply the same thing. Simply the same thing. So we can write like this. Simply the same thing we can write like this. So simply same thing we can write like this. So public class box. Open the class and close the class. Open the class and close the class. So double width, double width, and double height, and double depth, double depth. After that, we have to save this file. We have to save this file. What is the class name? Box.jar. Box.jar. So three variables are available. And after that, we have to create one method here. After that, we have to create one method here. The method name is volume. The method name is volume, which returns double. Which returns double. I'll copy the same method here. I'll copy the same method here. I'll copy the same method here. So double. Double. Open the method. So double. Open the method which returns width, height, and depth. So double is going to return. I'll make this method as public. I'll make this method as public. I'll create some main method here. Public static void main. Public static void main. Within the main method, so we have the string array. We have the string array. Open the method and close the method. Open the method and close the method. We have to create, we have to call this method. We have to call this method. So before we call, so where is the calling the method? So we are going to assign some values here. So just observe box dot width is equal to 10, height equals to 20. Depth equals to 50. Okay. And after that, we are calling the method. After that, we are calling the method and we are going to display the wall. We are going to display the wall. So first of all, what we need to do, we have to define the height, width, depth. We have to define the height, width, depth. After defining it, we are going to call the volume method. We are going to call the volume method. After after calling the volume method, so we are going to display the result. We are going to display the result. So simply, so double width, double height, double depth. These are global variable or local variable? Global or local? Global variable, instance variable, right? Global variable, instance variable. The default value of double is 0.0. So static variables or non-static variables? Static or non-static? So if it is a non-static variable, how can we access? Create the, so which object we need to create? The class object or what? What is the class name here? Box. I'll create box or class object blocks B1 equals to new box. New box. So B1 dot width. B1 dot width equals to 50. Width equals to 50. So B1 dot height. B1 dot height equals to 20. Next, B1 dot depth equals to some, let us assume 30. Okay. So these are the values we can assign by using the object. These are the values we can assign by using the object. After assigning the value, so we can call the method b1 dot volume. Why b1 dot volume? Volume is a static method or non-static method. So non-static method we should access with the help of object. Which object? b1 dot b1 dot volume. b1 dot volume and which returns what? Which returns what? Double. Which returns what? Double volume. Double volume. And after that, you can print the value of, so system dot out dot println of wall. Println of wall. Println of volume. So simply I can go to the command prompt. So simply I can go to the command prompt. Sorry. Java C space box dot java. Java C space box dot java. Java space box. Java space box. The volume of the box is example. I will use some second box also. The same. So same I'll copy from this. The same I'll copy from this. Or I can use 10, 20, 15, 3, 6, 9. 10, 15. So 10, 20, 20 10, 20, 15. 10, 20, 15. Okay. The information I will use volume of box 1. Volume of box 1. So I can use any information. I can use any information like this. Volume of box 1. Volume of box 1. Okay. So next, go to the command prompt. Java C and Java. The volume of box 1 is 3000. In the same way, in the same way, Right. So not width for W, not height for H, not depth for D. For example, variable name can be anything or not. Variable name can be anything. So that is the reason why. So W, H, I, D. So no need to mention. So this is box 1. This is box 1. This is box 1. I'll commenting box 2. I'll commenting box 2. The same example with the constructor. The same example with the constructor. So Java C box dot Java and Java space box. Compiled and executed successfully. I will have to define box 2 also. Box B2 equals to box of what are the values? 3, 6, 9. What is 3? What is 3? Width. What is 3? Width. What is 6? Screen sharing. Sharing. ఇక్కడ screen sharing. 3, 6, 9. So 3 for width, 6 for height, 9 for depth. So this is box 2. Simply, so Java C box dot Java and Java space box. So same output or not. So what is the difference? First one is without any constructor. The second one is with constructor. The second one is with the constructor. The simple. So next program. The constructor using constructor value of box 1. Here they are change the values. Okay. 5, 6, 8 and 3, 4, 8. So values can be anything. So come to constructor overloading. Constructor overloading. What is the meaning of overloading? What is the meaning of overloading? Define multiple functionalities with the same name, different parameter is called as constructor. What is constructor overloading? If you define the multiple constructors, if you define the multiple constructor is called as, so what is the class name? And what is the constructor name? Same. Width, height, double. So constructor used all the dimensions specified. వీడియో కెమెరా అవసరం నాకు అక్కడ మేడం ఫోన్ దేంట్లో చూస్తుంది ఫోన్ లో చూస్తుంది
వేరే వాళ్ళకి లైవ్ పెడుతుంటే వేరే కెమిస్ట్రీ అవ్వట్లేదు సార్ బ్లాక్ వాయిస్ వస్తుంది దానికి ఏది రావట్లేదు
స్క్రీన్ షేర్ మాట్లాడండి ఒకసారి అడగండి. వాళ్ళు మొబైల్ నంబర్ right? Constructor overloading. Constructor overloading. The overloading concept is defining multiple functionalities with the same name, different parameters. So when you observe this class, the class name is box. The constructor name should be box. So here you can observe three parameters. Here you can observe three parameters. So W, H, and D. So next, without any parameters. Without any parameters. Within this, width equals to -1, height equals to -1, and depth equals to minus. So another constructor which takes పోస్ట్ మ్యూట్ చేస్తున్నారు ఎవ్రీ టైం వాళ్ళు. ఓకే. వాట్ ఈస్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్? Creating multiple chain of objects సో క్లాస్ విన్న వాళ్ళు కూడా సైలెంట్ అయిపోయారు. వాట్ ఈస్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్? Creating multiple chain of objects with the help of subclass object we can able to call subclass object as well as superclass. సో ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ ని ఎట్లా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తాము? బై యూజింగ్ ఏ కీవర్డ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎక్స్టెన్స్ కీవర్డ్. ఏం కీవర్డ్? ఎక్స్టెన్స్ కీవర్డ్. ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ ఎన్ని టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి మనకి? సో సింగిల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్, మల్టిపుల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్, మల్టీ లెవెల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ అండ్ హైరార్కీ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయమంటున్నాడు? సో సింగిల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? సింగిల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? సో ఇఫ్ ఓన్లీ a single class connection only one class on one class connection only one class is called as single inheritance is called as single inheritance. So what is the class name here? Student data. What is the class name? Student data. It contains two variables, roll number and student name. Roll number and student name. And after that, what is the కంటిన్యూస్ గా కట్ అవుతుంది ఇంటర్నెట్ కనెక్షన్ లేదు. కట్ అవుతుంది ఇక్కడ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ సో షేర్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది ఎంటర్ స్క్రీన్ చేస్తే సో మళ్ళీ డిస్కనెక్ట్ నెట్వర్క్ ఇష్యూ. అదే దాన్ని సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి వస్తే నేను మాట్లాడతాను సార్, అంతవరకు నేను మాకు చెప్తాను. స్క్రీన్ రిమైజ్ చేస్తాను సార్. అదే సార్ ఒకసారి ఇంటర్నెట్ కోసం మాట్లాడతాను సరే. right? So observe here. So the program for single inheritance. The program for single inheritance. The single inheritance means if one class can extend only a single class, if one class can extend only single class or one class is called as single inheritance. The first parent class is called as student data. The first parent class called as student data. It contains two properties. It contains two properties. Roll number and student name. Roll number and student name. So for this class, this is the constructor. For this class, this is the constructor. Then the method name is nothing but show. The method name is nothing but show. What is the class name? Student data. What is the class name? Student data. What is the properties? Roll number and student name. So it contains only roll number and student name. And this is the constructor which takes the same roll number and student name. And we have a method. What is the method name? Show. So what is the purpose of this method? To display the roll number and name. So the show method will display the roll number and name. Okay, right. So this is the class. The first class is called as student data. Name. Roll number and student name. So next class. Next class. The class name is called as student. The next class, the class name is called as student, which extend the same class called as student date, which extend the so previous class called as student date. So in this example, we are using the extends keyword. In this example, we are using the extends keyword. Left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side, right one is called as subclass. Right hand side one is called as superclass. So in this example, student is a subclass and student data is a superclass. The student class is extending the properties from student data. The student class is extending the properties from student data. So in this example, student is a subclass and student data is a superclass. What student data contains? Roll number and name. Roll number and name. What student contains? MPC. So let us assume these are the subjects. These are the subject. So maths, physics, chemistry. Let us assume like that. Okay. కంటిన్యూస్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది, కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి. రైట్. సో టోటల్ మార్క్స్, average and display. How many methods? How many methods? First, show method. What is the method name? Show method. Show method responsibility ఏంటి ఇక్కడ? రోల్ నెంబర్ అండ్ స్టూడెంట్ నేమ్ ని డిస్ప్లే చేయాలి. స్టూడెంట్ నేమ్ అండ్ రోల్ నెంబర్ ని డిస్ప్లే చేయాలి. సో నెక్స్ట్ మెథడ్ ఏముంది? టోటల్ మార్క్స్. సో టోటల్ మార్క్స్ యొక్క మెయిన్ ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏంటి? టు క్యాల్కులేట్ ది ఆల్ ది సబ్జెక్ట్ మార్క్స్. M plus P plus C. What is M plus P plus C? Subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3. And average ఏంటి ఇక్కడ? All the subject divided by total. All the subject divided by total. Actual session Java program, but mute, unmute. So completely Zoom, the Zoom session. Right. So display method is used to display the marks, total and average. Show method is used to display the roll number and name. So roll number and student name. After that main method, I am creating the student object with roll number, name, subject 1 marks, subject 2 marks, as well as subject 3 marks. So I am calling a which method? Display method. Display method internally called show method and internally called total marks method. Internally called average method. So by calling right. So what is the file name? Java C main dot Java and Java space main. So what is the roll number? 501. What is the name? And what are the marks? 65, 54, 74. What is the total? What is the average? So what are these? These values are from superclass called as student data. So these values are from subclass called as student class. So this is nothing but single inheritance. The student class is inheriting the properties from student. Roll number and name from superclass. Marks a total and average from. Clarity వచ్చిందా? సో ఎగ్జామ్స్ లో ఎట్లా రాస్తారు? సబ్ క్లాస్ సూపర్ క్లాస్ అంటే కింది మీద మీది కింద చెప్తారా? ఎట్లా చెప్పాలి? క్లారిటీ ఉండాలా వద్దా? సో సబ్ క్లాస్ ఏంటి, సూపర్ క్లాస్ ఏంటి అంటే ఏం చెప్తారు వాళ్ళు? సో డైరెక్ట్ గా స్టూడెంట్ డేటా ఇస్ సూపర్ క్లాస్ అండ్ స్టూడెంట్ ఇస్ సబ్ క్లాస్ అని చెప్తారా? ఏం చెప్తారు? సో వేర్ ఈస్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ కీవర్డ్. రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ వన్ ఈస్ సో రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ వన్ ఈస్ లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ వన్ ఈస్. సో అట్లా చెప్పాలి కానీ స్టూడెంట్ ఏంటి అని చెప్తామా? రోల్ నెంబర్ 501 అండ్ సంథింగ్ అని చెప్తామా? సో చెప్పారు కదా. సో క్లారిటీ ఉందా? షూరా? సో నెక్స్ట్ సబ్ క్లాస్ అంటే ఏంటి, సూపర్ క్లాస్ అంటే ఏంటి? Inheritance is the process of creating multiple chain of. సో ఫస్ట్ ఈ డెఫినేషన్ చెప్తే చాలా మంది కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు. సో ఫస్ట్ ఏం చెప్పాలి? గెటింగ్ ది ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ క్లాస్ టు అనదర్ క్లాస్, గెటింగ్ ది ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఫ్రమ్ సూపర్ క్లాస్ టు సబ్ క్లాస్, అండ్ గెటింగ్ ది ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఫ్రమ్ బేస్ క్లాస్ టు డిరైవ్డ్ క్లాస్. సో ఇట్లాంటి డెఫినేషన్ చెప్పిన తర్వాత ఇంకా మీకు టైం కుదిరితే, ఇంకా మీకు చెప్పాలనిపిస్తే, ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ ఇస్ ది ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ క్రియేటింగ్ మల్టిపుల్ చైన్ ఆఫ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ with the help of. సో సింగిల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ లో ఏముంది? సో సింగిల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ లో ఏముంది? ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూస్తారు కదా, ఎట్లా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు? సో ఎట్లా బయాడ్ చేస్తారు? సో 4 పేపర్లు తీసుకొని 10 టైమ్స్ రాస్తే ప్రోగ్రామ్ వస్తుందా? వస్తుందా? సో వచ్చినా కూడా ఏం వస్తుంది? సో వాయిడ్ దగ్గర పబ్లిక్ రాస్తాం, పబ్లిక్ దగ్గర వాయిడ్ రాస్తాం, ఇంటి దగ్గర ఫ్లోట్ రాస్తాం, ఫ్లోట్ దగ్గర డబుల్ రాస్తాం. సో మనకు పట్టా ఒకటే ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదు, నాలెడ్జ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో నాలెడ్జ్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది? సో టైం పాస్ చేస్తే వస్తుందా? ఫోన్ లో చూస్తే వస్తుందా? రీల్స్ చూస్తే వస్తుందా? మరి దేంట్లో వస్తుంది? ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలా వద్దా? సో ఎట్లా చేస్తారు ప్రాక్టీస్? సో వాట్సాప్ ఓపెన్ చేసి మెటా ఏఐ వాట్ ఈస్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్, వాట్ ఈస్ పాలిమార్ఫిజం అని టైప్ చేస్తే అది ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వస్తుంది, రాసుకొని సో గైడ్ దగ్గర, సో ఇంటర్నల్ గైడ్ దగ్గర, ఎక్స్టర్నల్ గైడ్ దగ్గర చెప్తారా? చెప్పరా? అందరూ చేసేది అదే పని. సార్ నో. రైట్. సో కమింగ్ టు ది పాయింట్, సో ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అర్థమైందా మీకు? సో ఇదే ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని చూడకుండా రాస్తారా? రాయచ్చా? రాయచ్చా? ఛాలెంజ్, ఎంతమంది రాస్తారో చూద్దాం. రాయలేరా? రాయలే. రాస్తారా? రాయాల్సిన వాళ్ళు రాయండి, రాయాలి వాళ్ళు వినండి. సింపుల్. మల్టీ మల్టీ లెవెల్. వాట్ ఈస్ మల్టీ లెవెల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్? ఇఫ్ క్లాస్ ఎక్స్టెండ్స్. సో క్లాస్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు చెప్పినావు కదా, క్లాస్ 3 ఎక్స్టెండ్స్ క్లాస్ 2, క్లాస్ 2 ఎక్స్టెండ్స్ క్లాస్ 1 ఎక్స్టెండ్స్, దట్ ఈస్ మల్టీ. ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ కూడా మీరు రాయొచ్చు. ఇక్కడ సేమ్ బి ఎక్స్టెండ్స్ సి ఎక్స్టెండ్స్. సార్ నో. సో ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్, class 3 extend class 2, class 2 extend class 1, class 1 extend. ఇట్స్ అ బెటర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? దీనికన్నా బెటర్ అయినా? సో ప్రోగ్రామ్ కెన్ బి ఎనీథింగ్. సో సేమ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాద్దాం ఇప్పుడు. సో సింపుల్ మల్టీ లెవెల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్, మల్టీ లెవెల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్. సో పబ్లిక్ క్లాస్ class 3, పబ్లిక్ class 3. ఎన్ని మెథడ్స్? 2 మెథడ్స్. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? పబ్లిక్ void method 1, పబ్లిక్ void method 1. సో మర్చిపోయారా? సిస్టమ్ డాట్ అవుట్ డాట్ ప్రింట్ఎల్ఎన్. సో సిస్టమ్ డాట్ అవుట్ డాట్ ప్రింట్ఎల్ఎన్. సో మెథడ్ ఫ్రమ్ or method 1, or instead of m1 I can continue with m1. We'll continue with m1. So m1 from a class called as class 3 or class 1? Class 3 or class 1? Class 1 dot job. Class 1 dot job. M1 and M2. M1 and M2. Next, class 2. Class 2 extends class 1. Class 2 extend class 1. So in this example, I will write M3, M3 from class 2, M3 from class 2. Next, M4, M4 from class 2. Class 2 dot jar. So class 2 dot jar. So in this example, class 2 is a subclass and class 1 is a superclass. So class 1 contains M1 and M2, M1 and M2. So class 2 contains M3 and M4, M3 and M4. So these methods are from class 1. These methods are from class 1. So next class. So public class, class 3, class, class 3 extends class 2. Open the class 2 and close the class 2. So within this public void M5 and M5 and M6. Public void M5 and M6 within this system dot out dot println. System dot out dot println M5 from a class called as class 3. And M6. M6. How many classes? Three classes. Class 3, class 2, and class 1. Class 3 contains two methods, M5 and M6. Class 2 contains two methods, M3 and M4. And class 1 contains two methods, M1 and M. So M1 and M2 from class 1. M3 and M4 from class 2. M5 and M6 from class 3. Class 3 extends, class 2 extends class 1. So simple here. What is the class name? A. What is the class name? A. A contains only constructor void show A. What is the method name? Void show A. And class B extends class C. There is a method called as void show B. And class C extend class B. What is the method? Void show C. Void show C. So simple. I can copy this. Right. Observe here. What is the class name? A. What is the variable name? Int A. And constructor. So this keyword. So this keyword is used to store local variable data into the global variable. So observe here. This is the local variable and this is the global variable. So this is what? Global. This is what? Global. And this is what? Local. So we have to store the local variable data to the global variable. So that's where local variable name and global variable name are same. Local variable name and global variable names are same. So if we have the same name for local variable and global variable, we'll go for this keyword to store the values from local to global. So this keyword ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తాము? లోకల్ వేరియబుల్స్ అన్ని సేమ్ ఉండి లోకల్ వేరియబుల్ డేటాని గ్లోబల్ వేరియబుల్ లో స్టోర్ చేయాలనుకుంటే సో దిస్ అనే కీవర్డ్ అనేది స్టోర్ చేస్తాం. ఏ మెథడ్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ? void show a. void show a. So what is the method name? Show a, which returns void. So